Jainism has been datable since around the 9th century BC. According to their teachings, Jainism has no single founder, but rather it has always existed, will always exist, and at points in time it has been forgotten by humans, but later has been rediscovered. There have been 5 major eras throughout the history of Jainism: the age of Tirthankaras, the age of Kevalins, the age of Shruta-Kevalins, the Agamic age, and the most important, the age of logic.
The Tirthankaras, or the enlightened ones, are Jains who have reached their moksha, or enlightenment, through asceticism. There have only been 24 Tirthankaras so far. The names of the first 5 are Rishabhadev, Ajinath, Sam Avanath, Abhin Andanath, and Samanath. To become a Tirthankaras, or ford bearer, one must reach Kevala Nana Kevalan.
As with any religion, Jainism centers itself around principles. The 5 central principles of Jainism are ahisma, nonviolence; satya, truthfulness; asteya, no stealing; brahmacharya, celibacy and control over one's own body; and aparigraha, non-possession. The main beliefs of Jainism include all beings have souls, every soul is potentially divine, non-violence, liberation of one's soul from the unenlightened, worship of the Jina icons or Tirthankaras, and acknowledgement of heavenly souls. All souls are sacred, however, human life is deemed the highest form of all living things.
Karma is defined as the acquisition of material objects attracted by worldly souls through mind, speech, and body. These objects are conjoined with attachment, aversion, irrationalism, indulgence, indolence, passion, and physical/mental needs. Therefore, it is not the effects of your personal or past actions. Everything has a soul and therefore good, and every good soul is covered in matter that is considered evil. The matter traps the soul and does not allow it to be free. It is the Jain's goal to get their soul away from karma or the materialistic body and become a Siddha.
The Jain's cosmology similarly follows the belief of their religion. The universe has always existed, it was never created, and it will never cease to exist. The universe is inhabited by living and non-living souls, and every life force ends up somewhere according to the Jain universe. Every soul lives on a different plane. However, depending on what the object is and what its moral affiliation is, their location will change within the universe.
There are 5 major practices that Jains follow. The first is meditation, which is the same as ritualistic practices. The next is monasticism, where lay people fully devote themselves to the church, or nuns and monks join the church. The third is vegetarianism, where Jains are vegetarians and avoid eating roots or any living things because it would kill the living object. The next is pacifism. Monks and nuns practice asceticism and walk barefoot while sweeping feet in order to avoid stepping on insects. The last and final major practice is fasting, ascetic practices of abstaining from sins, material temptation, and refraining from food for several hours.
There are several different rituals in Jainism, most of which serve as different methods of prayer and meditation. Panch Kalyanak Pratishta is the celebration of the Tirthankaras, which is a 5-minute meditation over the creation and lives of the Tirthankaras. The next practice is Praktik Ramana, the repentance of sins. Samayika is a meditation for reducing attachments and aversions in life, and also you reflect on what you have done wrong and focus on how you may better or reduce temptations later. Next practice is the Guru Vandana, which you honor ascetics living at your time and give them credit for their teachings. There are 2 main different types of prayer in asceticism: Dravya Puja, symbolic offerings with material possessions to the Tirthankaras, and Bhav Puja, prayer with deep feeling and meditation in order to achieve new things in life.
There are several aspects that represent Jainism in its symbol. The first is an outline of the world with a hand inside of it, which represents nonviolence. The next is the counterclockwise swastika, showing the 4 worlds or heavens that a person can be reborn into. Then there are 3 dots representing the 3 jewels of Jainism: and then finally, an ark that represents all of the Siddhas. Around the 4th century BC, there is one conflict that split the religion into two denominations. The first denomination was the Shvetambara, or known as the clad in white, or the Digambara, the clad in air, or nudists. The two sects come from the difference in beliefs with the life of Mahavira. There are three major differences between the two denominations. The first question comes up as, should Jains wear clothes or not? The Digambara believe clothes should be abandoned because one might kill a living being. The Shvetambara believe that detachment is only in the mind and that similar distractions will still occur when not wearing clothes. The next difference is the role of women. The Digambara believe that a woman must be reborn into a man to be liberated. And the first and final difference is whether or not the fully enlightened require any form of life support. And therefore the Digambara believes that once someone reaches the state of omniscience, life is no longer needed.